You don't hear me say very often that I'm going to try, but I want to get this piece out of the way. One of the things I'd like to mention is 360 degrees is that when 0 equals 6's, then 360 would be 366. Now it's worked in a 4-day cycle. So if we put 366 in a 4-day cycle, we only need to have one passage spirit that links up to the other, because ABC is one unit. It is 3-6 creation. 3 times 6 is 18, or 1881. All the numbers that we seem to be working on happen to be with Venus. Venus is number 81. The angel resident, A and R, okay, number 18, is the same thing. Venus owns the angel resident, 9 and 9. That will recreate any numbers. It will recreate 5445, which is the foxhole in the sun. That's what it says, which is the IT system. This number will create 777, creating the gateway. 1881, 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 17, which is the spirit in the gateway, because 7 will represent 6, and 6 is where the 1 goes. 1 and 5 is 6, 1 and 5 is 6. 6 and 8 are polars of each other, as we see on the cubes. 6 and 8 are polars of each other. If I show you 33, I show you 44. If I show you 62, I show you 51. 51 is Mars. 62 is the queen in Mars. This one, 8 times 6, 8 plus 6 equals 62. So when I speak, the understanding of the numbers is towards a simple value. SIXE, the letter position, okay, is totaled to 52. But if I brought SIX backwards and started as Z as number 1, then S, instead of being the 19th number, it would be the 8th number. Instead of I being the 9th number, it'll be the 17th, 17th, 18th number. So it would remain the same. So you would have 8, 18, and X. Instead of being the 24th number, it'll be the 3rd. So you have 8, 18, and 3 equals 29. 6 times 3, 6 plus 3 equals to that 29. The same way backwards is 6. 6 equals to a total of 52. And 6 backwards equals to 8, and 18 is 26 equals to 29. The same birth. Backwards it's S19. I9 equals to 28. X24 equals to 52. So now you have the two variations, frontward and backwards. And we can split it up and break it down into two worlds the way Gematria does, bringing out the 7th gate. As we know, from A to G is one section, and the minute you get to the 8th one in the piano, it's A again. A-H-O-V-A, Ahova, A-A-A. So what we're going to talk about now is 365. 5 by 6 is 30 equals 90 equals 104, 104, 104. 104 is the hand of God. 104 is CB communication, makes 164 the spirit. In 4 and 6 is Zion Israel. It creates X and X, linking the cube, creating the cube. When you create two X's, it'll create a cube, but we're not going to get into that. 6 and 4 is the number, or 24 and 10, same as the Super Bowl number. 90, 104 plus 6 is 110. All zeros equal 6. Remember, 360 degrees, man is born, it's 366 days, because man is put into the effect. But it's not actually man what it is. It's actually the runner of, I'm going to see if I have it on this page over here, or on this page over here. It's the runner of the cube. It's the runner of the cube. 365 days over, 365 days over, 365 days over, 366. Number of days in the year. Degrees, 360 degrees, one turn around. The total is 15, which is the letter O, or A and E. The A and E world is the O world, the world of degree, Celsius and Fahrenheit. Third letter and sixth letter, or 24th letter X, CX, and the sixth letter 21, and U, CX and U. Sexy U can be. 21 is the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the cube is 21. The gateway is 17 equals 357. 357 is the rotation of the world, 3, 5, and 7. We're not going to divide something by 1. We end up with the same number. We can also use the 9, but we really don't want to use the 5 as an odd number, because anytime you use the 5, it's just like using a 2. You cut everything in half. So the dividing numbers are 3 and 7. 9 is the birth. 3, 6, 9, 12. 6, 6, 6, 6, 24. 5, 5, 5, 6, 21. The cube, 12, 21. 3, 6, 3, creation. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 plus 3 is 9. 27. 2 and 7 is 9. The other thing I wanted to mention on here is 360 degrees times 3 years. Okay. Times 2 years. Right over here, 2 cycles, 360, 360, 360, 360, 360, 360 equals 2160. 2160 plus 360 degrees to link equals to 2520, 252. When I put it at 366 days instead of using the 360 because all zeros equals 6, I now end up with 25, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 2, reverse. 6 goes in the center and stays the same because 6 is like 0, 0 equals 6. So now you have 25, 6, 25. When it's a mirrored result, look that up, you'll find that in the Mayan scheduling. I'm not really sure where I went with this number. We're going to leave it out right now, but 192 is a big number. 37 times blank is 192. 5 times 7 is 35. 6 times 3 is 18, and 42 is 222. 6 by 7 is 42. This becomes 222. We don't want to use that world. That would be 30 difference. That would be your creation, but I didn't want to use that world, so we're not going to go in there. If you have a number 5 and you use 2, that'll be 2 used, 3 remain. If you have the number 6, then you will have 3 used and 3 remain. 2 used, 2 remain, 3 used, 3 remain. Instead of doing point something, don't do point anything. Just do the remainder number. Okay? The point something would be the variation in its own territory, so it wouldn't really make a difference. The other thing I wanted to mention, I'm not really happy with the result of what I did here. There was one other thing. It says crazy. When you have F, O, and U, as we did over here, 6, 15, and 21. 6, 15, and 21. 366, 15. All these other ones are 11, 14, 14, 14. 14 and 15 are the two numbers that create pi. Why? Because 14 and 15 is 29. 14, 3.1415 equals to 1 and 4, 5. 1 and 5, 6 equals to 3.14159265, all the numbers. And it says crazy, this number over here. Still not impressed with myself with the video. I'm going to see if I can finish this basic off. This is all about communication. When we come into the 366 year over here, is 6 times 6 is 36, becomes 108, becomes 108, plus 15, 123 is the number. 108 plus 15 equals to 123 equals to 6. 5 days in a year over 360, and this one is 6. Remember, 5 times 6 is 30, times 3 is 90, plus 14, which is the around the cube. Once you have one more day in the cube, you automatically talk of the spirit running inside of 6. This equals 6. Again, 21 equals the cube cycle, 363. Love, L-O-V-E, 3645. These are the only numbers you can get on the cube. 2 and 7 are not on the cube, and 2 and 7 are the same number. 7 ghosts to 2. Here's 9 numbers. 9 numbers fit in the face. 7 ghosts to 2. 7 ghosts to 2. 7 and 2 are basically the same number. They are the same number because they don't exist. 1 and 8. Here is 1, 2, 8, 9. 8 voided spaces on here and 7 voided spaces on here. 7 and 8 is 15 and 56, 71. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 5. 5 and 71, the spirit of 76, if you want to take it that way. There was a couple of things that I missed out in here. I don't know what happened to them. I'm a little upset about it, and it comes out in this number over here. I know there's a glare. Is that from the camera, the light up above? Maybe I'll shut that light above or shut the light below. Just give me a second. See, is it coming out better? Still not the same thing, right? Okay, so let's take it in this. February 27th, okay, the day we're on right now, is the 58th day of the year. We just completed a cycle of 57 days that reflects into the moon. G and E, 7 and 5, come together as 7 and 5. If you want to do P and E, you'll have three numbers because P is the 16th letter. So 1, 6, and E inside be 1, 6, 5 inside the letter P, which is the bringer of the light. If you do B, it becomes 2, 5. 2 and 5, 1/4. If it becomes C, it becomes 3 and 5, electric company. D becomes 4 and 5 into the sun, and F is E and F equals 56 and reflects number 3. Why? Because it's EF. DEF is a combination in order 3, 4, and 5. Now, the minute you come to G, it's the first one after creation, the one spirit of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and G is the first one, G and E. H is not there, and I is not there. Only G can create this number. This number will create 20. This number will create 53, electric company. And this number will create 86, 101, the 9 lives of the cat. Why? Because 8 and 6 in the game of craps, by the odds, is the spirit of 76, because those are the odds. You bet 6, you get 7. It's 101 because 7 is in the middle from 6 to the left and 8 to the right, in which 6 and 8 are oppositions of each other, and that's how the cube is. Here is your 8, here is your 6, here in between is your 7, here's your 7, here's your 9, here's your 7, here's your 5, here's your 7, here's your 9, and inside is your 8, and back is your 6. It's just, that's the way it is. It's perfect. So we really put the relationship towards the world as being the same way. Let's not change what they created, perfect in odds, because it's the payout. We have 365 days from last year and 58 days of this year. 423. Jail between 1 and 5. 3 times 141, 423. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is the foxhole passage in the sun is happening right now. 54 and 54 is 108. 108 is 168, the hours in the week. Sun. 27, which is today, which is 1/3 Venus. 81, 3 times 27 equals to 81, plus the time clock 60 equals 141. DNA cycle. There was a couple of other things I wanted to interject into this. It was over here, and this is basically from my memory. The hours in a year is 8760, okay, which comes out to 26,280. Take away from the Mayan count, we're left with 260. There's a scrib on this. I don't know if you can understand. It's a number scrib. It runs with 260. Celsius, degrees, and Fahrenheit, 366. Celsius, 63, representation of 11. Degree, representation of area space. Fahrenheit, representation of rotation of creation. 4 by 9 is 63. When you see 94, it's Uranus. It's also a reflection of 64 because 9 reflects 6, 6 and 4. 9 also reflects 2 and 3, which is communication. Okay, because to the 7th gate, -2 plus 3. +1 plus 6, the half-life, or 4 and 9 reverse is 13, 13, so they go together. 44 area space goes into the same area. Venus is number 81, or 1881, 162. Every time you get 5, 10, 15, and 6 is 21. How come I didn't put it here? 5, 10, 15, 1, 2, 3, 18, 9. This would say gold, golden eye. This is the letter I. This is the word for gold. Why? Because in French, O and R, representation of these letters are gold. 6 and 9 come together, 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, again, reflects itself, 6 and 9. This becomes 69. and 18 and 15, 33 and 69, 102. Becomes 162, 81 and 81, Venus. Double the Venus. The birth of the angel resident, 54, the sun. 27, 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 equals 14 and 9, the birth of the DNA. Now I'm really not happy with this video. I'm going to start a new video to end off what I wanted to speak about to begin with, and I'm really not happy with this. It did not come out the way I wanted it to come out. There's a few little things that did not work out, and I'm going to explain them in the next video, although it might not reenact the totality of the video. Another thing about 1, 2, and 9 is that 3 times 6 and 3 plus 6, which is creation, will create 18 and 9. And 18 and 9 is 27, and in that you have 2, 7, 8, and 9, which again, I'm not happy with this video, but let's leave it as it is. This is part of my memory bank, so sometimes they just go out just like that.